Good day everyone. Quickly today I'm going to discuss on how we can visualize data using bar charts, pie charts, and the customizing line charts on the company's inventory, on the company's sales inventory across some states in Nigeria. This time around I'm just going to put a random state and a random sales figure for them. So now let's start with this. Don't forget, import matplot library dot pie plot as plt. Then the next thing is to import import pandas as pd. So after that the next thing we are going to do is to set our data set. So let's assume the name of our data will be okay, let me use which popular companies we have in Nigeria. Okay, let me use Dangote Cement. So let me use Dangote Cement. So now let's assume that in a state, let me set up a state like this in a curly bracket. So let me set up a state. And the values inside the state are, let me start from Lagos. After Lagos, let me take Abuja. After Abuja, let me take Kano. Then after Kano, let me take Kaduna. Then after Kaduna, let me take Rivers. Then after Rivers, let me take Oyo State. Then after Oyo State, let me take Enugu as the last state. So after that, let me now add their sales amount for each state. So now what I'm going to do now is to set another value as a sales. So after that, I now add my angle bracket again. Then so now let me start setting values for each state. That's the sales value for each state. So Lagos is the first state. So let's assume that Lagos has 150,000 sales. Then Abuja has 95,000 sales. Then Kano has 70,000 sales. After Kano, then let's assume that Kaduna has 65,000 sales. Then after Kaduna, yes, is it Kaduna? I think we have Lagos, we have Abuja, we have Kano, then we have Kaduna. After Kaduna, we have Rivers. So let's assume that River has 85,000. Then Oyo has 72,000. Then lastly, Enugu has 50,000. Like this. So the next thing we are going to do is to put this Dangote Cement data set into a data frame. So how are you going to do that? You are going to type df equals to pd dot data frame. So now then you now put Dangote underscore cement. So that's how it's going to be. So after that, you type print. If you want to get the result now, you type what? Print. So you now put in brackets, you put Dangote underscore cement. So like this. So when you click on run, now that the result is out and it doesn't seem like looking good, because exactly what we have here is still the same thing that come up here. So this is not all we want. So now how can we actually put this data set in a tabular format? So what we are going to do is to include tabulate function, and it's going to be like this: from tabulate, import tabulate like this. Then after that, you're going to come to the next line and now execute this statement. So now it's not going to be like this: tabulate, comma, header equals to keys. So don't forget, this headers is going to be the column name of the data set, and the column name of the data set is the state and the sales. So now the keys are going to be the what? The header. Why? The next thing is going to be what? Table format. This table format is going to be pipe. You can use any format of your choice. You can use grid, you can use a thick line, you can use dotted borders, and so on and so forth. But what I'm going to use here is what? Is pipe. So I'm going to close the brackets like this. So don't forget, here too, I'm going to put brackets here and put the name of our data set, which is Dangote underscore cement, like this. So it's going to be print, tabulate, into brackets Dangote underscore cement, which is our data set name. Then you set the headers. The header is going to be the column name as the keys, while the table format is going to be what? File. So after that, you go to what? To run. So when you click on run, you can see the results now. You can see that this one is more better and more presentable than these results. So now let's go into the main business. So on the main business here, we are going to start with the bar chart. So what are you going to do about that? Don't forget, we start the plot. So the PLT dot figure. So this particular line is going to we are going to use this particular statement now to format the image of the bar chart. So let's assume we wanted to set the size. So it's going to be figure size, that is fig size. It's going to be fig size like this. Then you now set the value as what? 10 inches by 6 inches. Just like this. 10 inches by what? 6 inches. Like this. Then that means the width will be what? 10 inches, while the height will be what? 6 inches. Then the next one is going to be the what? The main bar. So let's plot the main bar. Let's format the main bar. The main bar, what value are we going to use to design our bar chart? So don't forget we are using states and we are using sales. So first thing that we are going to do is to what? Is to open the bracket like this and type data frame. Then our single quote, you put your angle bracket, then you put another this single quote will be out, then you type state here. Then after that you add comma, then you put another data frame, then you set your what? Your sales. Then the next thing is going to be color. So this thing is going to set a color to your bar chart. You're going to set the color to your bar. So if you want the color to be blue, red, sky blue, green, whatever, it depends on how you want it. So I will be using sky blue as an example. I will be using sky blue as an example. So the next line is going to be a little bit description. You are going to set a little bit description on the bar chart. So let's start from the title. So the bar chart title is going to be like this: PLT.title, open brackets. Then it's going to be what? Company, or let's say Dangote cement. Am I right? Yes. Dangote cement sales records. So it's going to be like this bar. So we are going to indicate it as what? As a bar chart. Then the font size is going to be, okay, let's use 14 as the font size. 14. Then now let's come to the next line. Then let's set the y-axis and the x-axis. So for the x-axis, let's assign state on the x-axis. So it's going to be x label into brackets, then state. While the next line is going to be plt dot y label. Then this one is going to be what? Sales. Just like this. So then let's indicate this in naira. So now, okay, let's go back to this Dangote cement sales. Under this title, let's put it like this: Dangote cement sales records in Nigeria. So now, after that, let's come to the next line. When we come to the next line, let's set up a grid on the bar chart. So it's going to be plt.grid, open brackets, then axis. The axis y is going to be like this. Then the line style is going to be like this, double dash. Then after that, we have the alpha, which is going to be, the alpha is going to be equals to 0.7, like that. Then it comes to the next line, plt.tight. So we are going to also assign tight, but this time around there will not going to be the tight layout. There will not be any value inside the tight layout. We are just going to put it like that. So now, to make sure to execute this program, what we are going to do is to add plt.show so that the bar will come up, the bar chart will come up. So now, if you want to do that, after typing plt.show, the next thing you are going to do is to click on run. Okay, there is a mistake here. So invalid syntax. So what is the invalid syntax that we have here? So let's go back to this particular line 2. So we have a plt good. So here now, there's something that I omitted. Actually, we are plotting a bar chart. So I did not indicate if it is bar chart I wanted to plot, if it is bar chart or whatever. But since we are plotting a bar chart, what I have to do is to come to this place, this particular place, and type bar. So that is the only thing I think that we are missing. I think that I'm missing. So by the time I will now rerun the program, so as you can see now, here is the result. So you can see Dangote cement sales records in Nigeria. So you can see now that in a glance, you'll be able to see the state with the highest records. For example, now, from what we are seeing on the screen, we can discover that Lagos has the highest sales. After Lagos, Abuja. After Abuja is Rivers. After Rivers, then I think we have Oyo. After Oyo is Kano. After Kano is Kaduna. While Enugu has the least sales record. So this is how bar charts work. So now, let us do some editing. So now, if you wanted to change the color now from sky blue now to blue, you can actually remove the sky and leave it as blue and run the program. So when you run the program, you have to hold on a little, then the result will come out like this. If you still want to change it to red, you go back and change to red. You can also do the same thing to the font size, whatever. But make sure whatever editing you are doing, make sure it is able, and like make sure when the result is coming out, it will be fit to whatever result you are getting, so that the font size will not be bigger than the table. The font size of the description will not be bigger than what the bar chart is already having. So now, quickly let's go to pie chart. Let's go to pie chart. So if you want to plot the pie chart, the same thing is going to be like this, plt.figure. So this time around, we are going to set the figure of the pie chart to be what? To be like fixed size equals to open brackets. Then we have plt figure, then fixed size equals to, then we have 8 by 8, that's 8 inches by 8 inches. Then the next thing is going to be plt.pie. This time around we are not using pi again, so we are using what? Pi. Then we are going to open the bracket here. Then our data frame, we are going to set, the first data frame we are going to do here now is what? To set the state. Why the state is going to be the first data frame is going to be sales. Then after that you have what? Then you set up labels. Then what are the labels? df. So now what we are going to do about this is you're going to be like this. You open your angle bracket, and you set up what? State. Then after that you put comma, then auto percentage. You make sure the pie chart read, pie chart always giving results on a percentage base. Pie chart is used, if you remember very well, pie chart result is always on a what? Percentage base. So now it's going to be auto percentage. That's why we have the PCT, auto percentage. So the short form is what? PCT. This one is a function. It's a function name in Excel. If you want to assign the percentage to a particular level, in Python, we are going to use what? Onto percentage, which is written like this, or to PCT. So after that, you set the value to as, the value is going to be in single quotes. You're going to put your what? Your percentage 1.1 like this, then followed by what? Percentage like this, followed by percentage like this, then you add comma. So after that, you put a start angle. As you all know that pie chart always display in a circular shape. Always display in a circular shape, which means, and we all know that the total degree of a circle is 360. So this time around, we are going to set up a starting point. So now let's take 140 as a starting point. That's out of 360. Let's the starting point begin from 140. So after that, we now set a little bit description, just as we did on a bar chart. So plt.title. So this time around, let's change the description to sales distribution. This has to be in a single quote. Sales distribution by state for Dangote Cement. So this time around, let's indicate that what? Pie chart. So like this, let's indicate that pie chart. Then let's set the font size. To what? To 14. So after that, you come to the next line. Then you put PLT axis. Then let's make the axis equal. So this one also will still be in single quote. After that, then we have to set the title layout also. But remember, the title layout is not going to have any value. So it's going to be title_layout. Then you put your bracket like this. So you just have to, the only thing you have to do here now is to protect your work. Make sure there's no error. Make sure there's no mistake. Because any little mistake like this, your program will not run. So now, the next thing is to come to the next line and put plt.show. Then after that, you click on what? Run. So when you click on run, you just have to hold on while the result is coming. So as you can see that we now have our pie chart display on the screen. We now have our pie chart display on the screen. So you can see we now have our pie chart display on the screen. And from here, you can also see the glance by percentage, the sales record. So from here, you can see that Lagos take the largest part from this pie chart. after Lagos with 25%, with 25.6% sales records. While the next one is what? After 25%, I think we have a 16.2. After 16.2, we have 11.9. Sorry, we have a 14.5. After 14.5, we have 12.3. After 12.3, we have 11.9. After 11.9, we have a 11.1. Then after 11.9, we have what? 8.50. So as you can see, their name is also there. This one is for Lagos, while this one is for Enugu. Then here is for Oyo. Then this one also is for Rivers. This one is for Kaduna. This one is for Kano. While this one is for Abuja. That is about what? About for 5. So quickly, let's do the last one. The last one is going to talk about line charts, customizing line charts. So now if you want to do the line charts, you are still going to follow the same method, but there will be a little bit different. So now what are the difference? Let's start by what? By formatting the picture, which is going to be what? plt.figure, then fig size. Fig size. Then after the fig size, let's set it to what? 10 inches, 6, like this. 10 inches by 6 inches. So after that, you put another PLT again, then you type plots, then DF. Don't forget, DF stands for what? Data frame. Then you open your angle brackets, you assign what? Your states. You assign states. Then there will be a space, then you put another data frame, set another data frame, and this time around, the next thing will be sales. So after that, you set a marker. And the marker is going to be 0. No, small o, rather. O, not 0. So it's going to be O, small o. This is not known by the letter O and not 0. So the next thing is going to be, let's assign the color. So the color we are going to assign now is, okay, you can choose any color of your choice. For me, I'll be using green. After that, then line style. Okay, the line style I'll be using before, I think I can still continue using that, which is what? Double dash. Then the next one is apply a line width. Then the line width, this one we can also call it line width. So the line width is going to be 2. I'm going to be using 2. Then after that, the marker size is going to be 8. Then after that, let's add title to our customizing line charts. Title. So this time around it's going to be like this. Sales trend, because line chart is always used for sales trend, like how trend is the sales across the what? The states mentioned or the states recorded. So now we are going to put sales trend for Dangote cement sales record. Okay, let me put this, or let me just put it as trend for Dangote cement sales record for some major states in Nigeria. So let's do it like that. Then I will still indicate it as what? Line charts. Let me still indicate that line charts. Then after that, I done the font size to those write-ups, and I'm going to put what? 14. Okay, let me use 12 this time around, or 13. So after that, let me remove this. So this thing is not set. Then let's check this line. PLT.title. Then we have trend for Dangote cement sales record. Then a major blah blah blah. So let me put let me close it here. So now it's in order now. So the next thing we are going to do is what? Plot the label. X label is going to be what? Don't forget states. Let's set 6 to the X label. Then let's put the Y label. Dot Y label. Then Y label is going to be sales. So sales, and let's indicate it in error. Let's indicate that in error. So I think that one is good. Then let's set up a grid. So the grid this time around, the value is going to be what? True. It's going to be what? True. Then the next thing is the S-tick. So now dot S-tick. So we are going to put what? Rotation equals to what? By 45. Then the one after that, the grid. We are going to add the title layout. And this time around, this one is going to be what? Empty, no value. Don't forget, we have added grid, we have added X-tick, we have added title layout. So now the next thing is for us to execute this program. And don't forget, we have to type plt.show so that this pie chart will show. So now you can see that this time around we did not use line here. You know, when we are plotting a bar chart, we use bar at this stage. when we are plotting a pie chart, we use pie at this stage. But anything concerning line chart, we don't use line. We don't say, okay, maybe because we are using line, we now remove this and put line. No, instead we use what? Plot. Instead we use what? Plot. So after that, don't forget to still cross check your work. Make sure there's no mistake. Then you now click on what? Run. So you can see now on match, there's a syntax error, meaning that there is a particular place I am making mistake. So now in which line? I think line 1. So from line 1 now, I'm not going to go back and debug. So plt.figure, then into figure size equals to, you can see now that I'm supposed to put another bracket here. So I close this, but I did not open it, which is from here. So what I'm going to do now, after correcting it, I'm going to go back here and click on run. So when you click on run, you now wait for the result to come up. So as you can see now, here is the result. So you can see the title, trend for Dangote Cement, for Dangote Cement sales record for some major states in Nigeria. Then this one is just line chart representation. So you can see the trend from here. You can see that Lagos are from here. Then after I get to Abuja, the price, the sales record drop down. Then after that, when you get to Kano, it also drops. When you get to Kaduna State, it also drops. But when you get to Rivers, the sales record come up again. Then after Rivers, when you get to Oyo, it also drops. The sales record also drops. So the worst of it all is what? When it gets to Enugu, the thing drop down finally. So I can see now, sales of Enugu is even below 60,000. That means it's nowhere near Lagos. It's nowhere near other states. Not even Lagos alone. Enugu sales record is nowhere near other states. So for this kind of thing, if you are a sales marketer and you are having this kind of record, you might be queried. Are you getting me now? That means the salesperson that's in Enugu might be queried that he's not trying enough. He's not trying enough. So, and you can see, I think the best, if they assign a sales personnel or a sales marketer, actually, you can see that the person that will be acknowledged, or the person that can be awarded the best sales marketer will be the person that is working in Lagos, because Lagos actually has more than 140,000. It's above all other sales personnel. So that is how pie chart works. That is how line chart works. So you can see with this, you can be able to use this to explain what this data means. This more data, this little data that we have here from this table, you see the same that we have here. So you can see that with this kind of table, you can see the wonder we have done with it. This little bit data that we have here, this little data set that we have here, you can see the wonders that we have done with it. We are able to create a bar chart with it. We are able to create a bar chart with it. And also, lastly, we are also able to create a line chart with it. So with this, you can use this to explain to your boss or anybody, even a layman can easily understand this visualization more than the raw data. So that's how it works. If you want more questions, if you want to ask any question, please always be free to DM me and ask me more questions. I'm available. I will answer you straight up. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.